Before we get started, I want to be clear. Everything on this channel is for educational and personal growth purposes only. Nothing here should be considered financial advice. SoFi, one of my favorite long-term investments, is finally gaining some bullish momentum. Geopolitical tensions with Iran remains elevated. Fear is re-entering the markets, yet I just made one of the biggest portfolio moves of the year. If you're an investor in SoFi Technologies, AI stocks, or really just trying to expand your knowledge of the stock market, this video is for you. My name is Garrett Crow. I am a finance major at Washington State University and an active stock and ETF trader. In 2025, my portfolio had an annual ROI of 49%. When I first started my portfolio, I made it my goal to grow it to 7 figures. So if you do want to follow me on my 7-figure journey, make sure to like and subscribe. And for daily short form stock analysis content, make sure you check out my TikTok and or Instagram. In today's video, I will be discussing SoFi Technologies, the biggest portfolio move I've made all year, why I made it, what I expect going forward, and my approach for this investment long term. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about SoFi Technologies. Over the past several weeks, SoFi Technologies has been building some impressive bullish momentum. What I find particularly interesting about this strength is it's occurred while fear has been within the markets. When we take a look at the volatility index, it has been upwards trending. Hence, fear is entering the market and greed is leaving. Now, despite this, SoFi Technologies still has managed to gain 8.5% in the last month. When we zoom out to the 3-month chart, the upwards trend becomes even more apparent. SoFi stock is continuously making higher lows, therefore continuing the upwards trend. And then the recent low SoFi found support at is right around $17. Now, when investing in stocks, it really comes down to the chart. The chart is what determines whether you make money or lose money. So as an investor, this upwards trend is exactly what I like to see, especially at a time like this when fear is within the market. Overall, SoFi continues to check many of the boxes I look for in a long-term investment. Second, let's discuss the biggest portfolio move I have made in all of 2026. Earlier this week, I increased my DRAM position from 3% to a whopping 12%, instantly making it the third largest position within my portfolio. For those of you who are unfamiliar with DRAM, I'm going to provide you a concise overview of the ETF. Quote, DRAM is an ETF focused on the world's leading memory semiconductor companies, including big names such as MU, WDC, and STX. The fund is designed to give investors targeted exposure to the memory chip industry, which stands to benefit from growing demand surrounding artificial intelligence, cloud computing, data centers, smartphones, and next generation technologies. End of quote from ChatGPT. Now, to provide you guys maybe a more digestible overview of the ETF, DRAM or DRAM contains many of the AI stocks that have been performing extremely well, even in the midst of the Iran war. Examples being MU. MU, I used to trade quite frequently, but now it's just too expensive. It's over $1,000 per share. And I used to be trading this stock when it was around 300, 400, but now it's simply out of my price range. And MU is one of the biggest positions in this ETF. Next up, WDC. Now, WDC, Western Digital, is just on the cusp of being too expensive for me to trade. Right now, it's around $650. And again, I was trading this stock back when it was at 200, 300. Same with STX and same with several of the stocks in this ETF. Now, because these companies are they're too expensive for me to consistently trade, I love having a long-term position in DRAM because it keeps me exposed to the stocks that I very much like. And many of the stocks in this ETF, I am extremely bullish on long term because when you look at Mag 7 stocks like Meta, Google, Microsoft, a lot of these huge companies, they are investing significant amounts of money into the MUs, into the WDCs, into the data center companies, into the artificial intelligence companies. So the stock has been one of my favorite in the portfolio for quite some time. When I initially purchased the shares, I allocated about 3% of my portfolio, and I bought in that 3% right around $55. But I really was looking for a significant pullback to re-enter a large or to allocate a large portion of my portfolio to this ETF. Now, Tuesday, which I believe was the 23rd or 24th, the stock plummeted. It dropped about 13%. It was below the lower Bollinger Band, which indicated it was finally time for me to increase my position in the ETF that I really wanted to increase my position in. In conclusion, SoFi Technologies is continuing to show encouraging signs of strength, despite the broader market having volatility in it. I recently made the biggest portfolio move of 2026, increasing my DRAM position from 3% all the way up to 12%, instantly making it the third largest position within my portfolio. I really, really want to show my appreciation and gratitude to the ones who made it to the end of the video. I really hope you did enjoy. And if you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below green bush, and I'll make sure to like your comment. I want to leave you guys with this. The biggest and best opportunities within the stock market often occurs when uncertainty is high and fear is within the markets. I hope you all have an absolutely amazing rest of your day. Thank you.